The last emperor of Mars ruled with an iron fist. A fury that surpassed even her father's, guided her every decision. Hi, and welcome to Live from My Watch, a podcast recorded on a smartwatch. I'm your host and guide through the stars and times, StonerSteve. Did you know StonerSteve is an acronym for stars and time? Amazing, right? Anyways, enough about me. How are you? Let me know by dropping it in the comments. Now, back to the story. As the mist cleared, the ranger could see in the distance the city on the hill. A hill once fervent and green, now blackened by industry. That was how the ranger viewed it. The ranger had grown up in the woods, in forests, encampments at the feet of trees. His mother playing her reed pipe, her father keeping a watchful eye on her at all times, and later training her in archery and the keeping of secrets, important secrets, the kind of secrets that topple nations. This is the burden of the Rangers. Here in the Magellanic 3 galaxy, named after Empress John I Pope. The great-great-grandmother of the last empress. Empress Lagatitosa. Was so intent on expanding and wiping out the enemies that her father had let encroach on their holy lands, had led her to devastate the natural devastate the natural world. Devastate the natural world that the Empress had once revered as a child. The ranger had been sent by the sycamore trees to eradicate the threat of the Empress posed. Trees always word things. like riddles. I don't know why. The ranger was joined by two others. A few years younger than she. Freshly graduated from the apostolate. Donning cloak and with guiding principles close to breast. The rangers rode. Their electric motorbikes, silent and speedy, zipping across the countryside, hovering over rocks. Until reaching the outskirts of the city. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special notice. The artist in residence is currently in need of a recharge battery. Please stand by while we plug in our robo-host. Wireless charging for an upgrade. We shall now resume whatever broadcast we can. The show must go on. Hit it, boys. Everybody loves a muskrat dancing through the night. Everybody loves a muskrat. Billy, ain't that right? This is where the horns would go. Wah, 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 wah. Real brassy. With a little heavy bass there in the background. Real simple, just 3 chord. However many chords that was. You get the picture. Bring it in with the rat-tat. Hey, everybody loves a muskrat. I don't know what the lyrics are, I'm sorry, but that's a song. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Robo Host. No, thank you. Real host. We sound identical. I'm sure that's true. So, Robo-host, are you as zooted to be tooted as I am? And indubitably, I love you, Robo-host. I am a machine. I have not been programmed to feel emotions. Creepy. We'll be right back after these messages. Listen up, tots and turds. The radical times are upon us. Look to the clouds. They speak for the universe. Join the radical movement. Wake up and be radical. And now, back to the show. Well, I never thought I'd see you walk back through my door. Yeah, well, you should have seen this coming. 3 arrows whished through the air. The Empress, the wave of her hand, in a billow of black smoke. A glow emanated from the crimson ring on her finger. I am the last Empress. She was hovering above the ground, looming over everyone in the room. The knights cowered, shaking in their shiny black armor. The rangers stood firm, shields held to guard their soft bits. The Empress exploded in bright red light, filling the room like a rave. Last known survivor, head through the night. Soundtrack plays. It's epic. The Rangers fight back. Boom, boom, boom. At last, the Empress is vanquished when the crimson ring is pried from her long finger. No, she moans. All of my hopes and dreams. The Rangers soon cleaned up the city, righting the wrongs that had gone on under the Empress. Nature began to regrow. The sycamores repaid the Rangers with kindness for 500 years by sheltering their encampment. It grew into such a size of its own, it was called Ranger City. Until the war of fire versus leaf. But we'll go into that another day. The Great War. Not great as in good. Big. An important part of the history of this part of the universe. We close the digibook on this one. Place it on the hollow shelf. And turn to scratch your cat's head. Captain Meiji, the captain of my guard. Good night, sweet pea. Wow, we could not swing for a guest appearance. The budget is tight. Do we have a soundboard? Here we go. What's this one do? Alright, good night, sweet pea. Moo. Okay, well, you get the picture. The Ranger did not take over running the country. The Rangers have a sort of cross between a libertarian and democratic and socialist. These are all words that we use in our timeline, of course, but they don't really understand. The concepts are different. I'm wearing a towel on. So, anyways, yeah. This is in the further histories. Some of it's been recorded, some of it has been lost due to miswiring and the blackouts and such. But yeah, we're moving on. Thank you for joining me for this story. The quest for water should never be abated, said a famous explorer once, as they crossed an ocean of sand, amber, and the dying light of a sunset, streaking across the sparkling blanket. They had their reserves, but if they didn't find the next settlement soon, he wasn't sure the magic would continue to hold in the weakened state. Laughing maniacally, the koala jumped from the tree, landing on the old man's back and toppling him to the ground. "This time you're gonna pay with your beard." "Not my beard. It's my finest feature. Without it, I lose my cheekbones." The koala raised a razor. Zoop, 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 zoop. Pow, pop, boom. In the corner, a loud burst of noise and light went off. Said the voice of the wizard's assistant, a penguin, a 3-foot-tall penguin. "Distracted you." The wizard jumped up, toppling the koala to the ground and knocking the razor across the room. The wizard grasped at their chin. The beard was still in place. "Koala, why would you ever do that?" "To distract you from my larger plan." They looked out the small window of the ship and realized they were floating above the desert sand as Koala's UFO slurped them up with its laser beam. And that concludes this week's episode of Live from My Watch. If you enjoyed this, please share it with a friend. Do like and drop a comment. If you haven't yet, please give me a follow. Also on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube at Hey StonerSteve. Tune in next week to hear the enthralling conclusion to this epic adventure, further chronicling my journey through space and time. I've been StonerSteve. I'll see you next time. Bye. So long. Toodaloo. Ta-ta. Goodbye. Later. Until next time, let your light shine bright.